Hello and welcome to this video about turmeric or curcumin or golden milk. I am being asked very often about turmeric and how my customers in my Whole Food store, health store, want to buy turmeric in either powder form or capsule with black pepper. And so I wanted to share with you today a bit of light on turmeric. First of all, it is a root spice. It looks very similar to ginger on the outside, but it is much smaller than ginger, like finger size, maybe the size, sometimes a bit bigger depending on the country of origin. And inside it, though, if you break it open, it is bright orange and it really stains proper well surfaces or your fingers or your clothes. And it's often used traditionally, of course, in countries like India to color the skin or to do some artwork with it in different shapes or forms. So it is very, very orange. So just be cautious of it. And also some people like using turmeric in their skincare. So if you have white sheets, just know that they will turn orange, and it is quite hard to come out of clothing, but it does come off hands and usually also kitchen surfaces. But let's talk about turmeric and how best to take it. Traditionally, you probably know that it is used as one of the base spices in curries. So when we make a curry from scratch, we heat some oil and then we add our spices and we put our garlic, ginger, fresh turmeric or turmeric powder, cinnamon powder, cardamom pods, cumin, any of the spices you prefer, all go in the oil, the chili pepper. And the reason they all go into the oil is because some of the active ingredients and those active ingredients that are so beneficial in all those spices to our digestion, to our immune health, being anti-inflammatory, the fat will extract, they're fat soluble, those active ingredients. So being in oil, the beautiful bioavailable plant chemicals will dissolve in the fat, which is why also with turmeric, it is really advisable to take the powder or the fresh plant with a fatty substance, as traditionally is done with something called golden milk. So golden milk is usually just heated milk, whether that is from dairy or plant milk. And then the turmeric powder is being stirred into it, and turmeric powder does not dissolve, so there will always be a little bit sitting on top. But by using the fatty substance, you will absorb the curcumin, which is the active ingredient, much better than if you took it just in water. So turmeric in water has very, very little absorption, and you can look this up yourself. It is certainly maybe only 1 or 2% absorption when taken in water. It just doesn't absorb in the stomach. It needs to absorb in the small intestine, and therefore we need some fat. Or we can add the black pepper, and this also enhances the piperine in black pepper, also seems to enhance the absorption of turmeric. It is a different pathway. It is the metabolism through the liver enhanced by the black pepper. So I think the best way to take turmeric is both with black pepper and with a fatty substance like your cereal. But I wouldn't personally put it in my complete breakfast unless you really love the taste of turmeric, or if you put it in a yogurt. Again, if you want the whole yogurt to taste of turmeric, it's an acquired taste. It's not spicy, but it has a very acquired taste. Then I wouldn't put it into my whole yogurt or my whole cereal, but rather in just maybe a couple of spoons full of it. The other way that I love using turmeric in, most of all, I would cook with it, and you know, regularly. It's lovely in stews. It's lovely in lentil dishes, but I also love it in when I make rice. And again, I would first of all heat some oil, rinse the rice, and cook it off a bit so it is not as starchy. Pour away the water, then heat some oil, chop an onion. I like that. That's my own personal favorite, and my children often to this day, even though they're well grown up, would say, "Will you make the orange rice?" So I would just heat the oil, chop the onion, put in the rice into the oil, now also the turmeric powder, then stir that around a little bit and have my bouillon, my stock, water 2 to 1. If it's brown rice, maybe 2.5 water to 1 part rice. Pour the stock on to the rice and then add, if you like to add maybe a chili pepper or something, you can do that too. Some pine nuts would be lovely as well. And then I cover the rice and I let it simmer. Again, brown rice will take about 35, maybe 40 minutes. So you let it just boil up for a moment and then let it simmer. And the most important part is do not stir. That's reason for divorce. So do not stir the rice. Let it just simmer away. Turn it off, maybe check on it so that it doesn't run out of water. Just by putting in a spoon, you'll see the water pool, and just check on it that it does have enough water. Let that evaporate and then keep it just covered and let it just soak through, and it makes for really fabulous rice. So I just have a few notes here on turmeric again, because I also did some research to see if it has been actually scientifically researched. And a lot of research has been done into turmeric, which is fabulous because of its ability to reduce inflammation. So adding black pepper now, for example, the facts here are turmeric and bioavailability key facts. So black pepper enhances absorption. The piperine, again, as said, an active compound, black pepper, slows breakdown of curcumin in the liver and allowing more to enter the bloodstream. So the piperine slows the breakdown of it in the liver, of the curcumin in the liver, allowing more to enter into the bloodstream. And then, of course, it can circulate and get to the inflamed parts of our bodies that many of us do have simply by aging. And it is hard to absorb on its own. It has a very low bioavailability if you just eat it, which I wouldn't really recommend, and or put it in water. Now, fat also helps the absorption. As I mentioned before, it's fat soluble. The curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, meaning consuming turmeric with healthy fats, like you could put it in coconut oil or olive oil or ghee. It improves the absorption and helps it dissolve and enter the bloodstream more efficiently. So you have two pathways here, one through the liver, increased absorption, and then one through the fat absorption in the small intestine. Now we also have some myths. Let's see what the myths are. So turmeric works immediately after one dose. No. So turmeric, of course, is like many beneficial foods, has to just become part of our diets to make a difference and to benefit us. And also, eating too much turmeric is, too much of a good thing, can be a bad thing. While you would see it run right through you, it can give you digestive upset. Also, people who are on medication, particularly when taking capsules or curcumin capsule, which is actually the extracted active ingredient in turmeric is curcumin. So very powerful and standardized supplement. It's fantastic, but too much of it can be really harmful. And particularly if you are on medication, always check with your practitioner. And certainly if you're on blood thinners, definitely check with your practitioner. And I would actually say stay away from it. There are other fabulous anti-inflammatory natural products, like, for example, bromelain, that can also give up boswellia, wonderful that you could take instead without any danger of having adverse side effects. So we spoke about black pepper and fat. Only fresh turmeric is effective, not powder. No, not true. Again, back to how we take it. Adding black pepper makes turmeric 2,000% more absorbable every time. Now it enhances absorption, but 2,000 times, I don't think that has been proven. Drinking turmeric water daily cures all inflammation. Again, back to the absorption. No. Golden milk cures insomnia instantly. No, golden milk does encourage relaxation, does support relaxation, but it's not necessarily a sleep aid. Drinking warm milk in the evening, or maybe with even cacao powder, pure cacao powder, that's another ingredient I need to talk about, certainly makes us relax. And when we're more relaxed and we get a bit more sleepy, then we often might find a better, deeper sleep and find it easier to go to sleep when our mind is relaxed. Turmeric doesn't need any enhancement for absorption. So again, back to the other facts, bioavailability is low unless combined with fat or black pepper or heating it up as well. And turmeric can replace all medications. Definitely not. Okay, no, definitely not. So there are some of the myths that I am often hearing in my store or that come up in social media posts or elsewhere. So I hope you find this interesting. And turmeric, of course, is also in my 7-ingredient winter immune supporting blend. If you haven't seen the video, I'd really appreciate if you want to check it out. I'll link it up here as well. If you could also subscribe to this channel, I would totally appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in and share with your friends. Come back again. Oh, there's a tail of a cat. Yes, this is Alan. So always some cats around. And on that note, have a good evening, have a good day wherever you are. And thank you again for tuning in. Bye for now.